Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars. Mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars. Mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Tonight's the night we claim our fate. No more silence, no more wait. With every step we elevate, creating worlds we celebrate. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. We started with a spark, in a world so dark and plain. Now we're lighting up the night, making magic from our veins. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars. Mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars. Mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Tonight's the night we claim our fate. No more silence, no more wait. With every step we elevate, creating worlds we celebrate. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for.
Welcome to Liberty Tonight, the only pro-liberty late-night variety show. Hosted by Brian Piotr and starring King Libertarian, Special guests, hilarious commentary, skits, gags, and more fun are just ahead. And here's Brian.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Liberty Tonight. Steelbringer, thank you for being first. I'm always going to remember you for being our first in this episode tonight. Anyway, there's been a lot going on. The Epstein list, it's out and available, unredacted for all of us to read. But we know what's on it. Here at Liberty Tonight, we're going to share that and more with you. We're going to talk about Kash Patel and all the fun he's having at the FBI, the New York FBI just seceding, deciding that they're going to be their own feds. They don't need to be anyone else's feds anymore. They're going to be their own feds. There's so much civil war talk going on the Dem side now. If only they had guns, guys. If only they had guns. Anyways, before we go too far, we must first be programmed. We must find out what we are supposed to say and how we are supposed to feel. And we cannot do that without hearing from the king of all libertarians. So please turn off your thinking caps and take a moment to hear from your sovereign.
Hear ye, I'm King Libertarian, benevolent dictator of libertarianism, slayer of statists, lover of Doge, hater of bureaucrats, and all-around badass monarch. Now silence, peasants. Your king is speaking. This week, the NSA got caught running secret sex chats in which they drooled over the prospect of having a hermaphroditic child so they could virtue signal about raising a unisex person. What happened to the days when the secret work chats were for guys commenting on the set of knockers on the new hire? Misogyny is not funny, but I do think that the pendulum may have swung a little too far when the chat that was used to celebrate the death of Christians. I thought the CIA was supposed to fight Islamists, not be a chicken-necked, purple-haired, soy-jacked version of Osama bin Laden. The leftist deep state ideology makes shouting Allahu Akbar sound like the beautiful song of an ice cream truck turning down your street as a kid. But overall, this is the death rattle of an entitled group of sociopaths. We're entering the 9th year of a long-term escalating Trump derangement syndrome hissy fit. The hissy fit, unfortunately, sticks its ugly thumb in everyone's eye with the mainstream media. But that finger is being bent backwards. Low ratings read. It's called the readout. Now it's called Get the Readout of NBC. She's out. Lester Holt also announced this week that he was out at NBC Nightly News. He followed up by saying he will be returning to his home planet of Romulus 9 to live out his retirement in a cabin next to a lake of liquid nitrogen. In fact, I used Grok to create a list of TV anchors that have quit or gotten fired over just the past year. Jim Acosta, Neil Cavuto, Chuck Todd, Andrea Mitchell, and others show a blood trail that leads back to a propaganda body that is barely hanging on to life. The king has spoken. Now back to Squire Brian.
I got it right here, guys. I got it. Who wants to know what's on it?
Let's see the pedo binder. Pedo binder.
It's not a long list, guys. It's not a long list. If I'm looking here, we got the Pelosi's, the Clintons, more Clintons. I know nothing that would bring to the arrest of anybody on this list. Just letting you know. Most of Hollywood is here, I think. Yeah, it just says Hollywood.
Is
I
Queen
think
Bee?
that's everybody, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're not breaking it out. So
It's just
um,
everybody.
it's just Hollywood. So I'm thinking you
Yeah,
should just go send in the feds now. Actually, you
yeah.
know what? Send in the ATF. They know how to take care of people that are, holed up in buildings. Maybe light it on fire. I don't know. Stuff happens. Yeah.
Did anyone on that list have personal chefs that mysteriously died?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Obamas, the
Yeah,
Obamas are on here once, but I feel like they should be on here twice. That's for sure. Yeah.
technically
Anyways,
speaking, yes.
this is an unredacted version. See, look, no black on it. Hey, hail to the king from Austin Peterson. Welcome to the
Hail
show,
to
everybody.
the king. Yes.
If you'd
thank you
like
so
us
much.
to read anything, no matter how ridiculous, please put it in a Rumble rant on rumble.com/liberty tonight. If you're watching other places, welcome. Thank you for coming to YouTube and
Welcome.
X and Twitch. You're welcome to watch. You're a viewer. But if you want to be a contributor, come say ridiculous things and join the chat here on rumble.com. We're very welcome to have you. This is Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. It is a beautiful, hilarious entertainment show that gives you stock advice much better than Nancy Pelosi ever could. Just individual picks. We're like Kramer, but real life, libertarian style. I do not have any kind of fake crypto coin to sell you and then do a rug pull. But if you want to make one for me, I'll hawk it for you, everybody. It's gonna be a great night, anyways. But you know who's really upset, King?
Who's that?
Cash Patel.
Oh.
Why is he upset? Do you understand this Indian American and what makes him tick?
I did have to tell him to slow down when he was talking, because it was like Trump said. I can't understand you. It's a beautiful language.
I'm sorry. Beautiful accent. Beautiful accent. Not can't understand a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Modi, help me. No, but when he calmed down and had a minute, yes. So for everyone that's been living under a rock for the past 6 hours, because that's the pace of the news these days, we were promised Epstein lists. They're coming out tomorrow. Where are they? Pam Bondi, the 60-year-old that's trapped in a 20-year-old's body.
This weird thing where influencers were handed binders saying Epstein, and then Cash Patel comes out and says the New York feds are not handing over documents, or Pam Bondi says the New York FBI's holding on to documents. They're not giving it to us.
This is essentially his response to Pam Bondi, basically saying that in New York, specifically the Southern District of New York, AG/FBI office is essentially withholding thousands of documents related to this. Liz Wheeler, she had a good breakdown on that. I don't have it up right here, but basically, it's a mutiny. It is a runaway ship from the fleet, and it's literally taking the pedo booty with it.
I also feel like I could have told him this was going to happen back in November. It can't be that unexpected. So I'm hoping that this is all we're going to do this. Somebody's going to not listen to us, and then that'll give us the political will to go in and arrest feds and fire people. I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you'd like to see some federal agents go to prison. The ones that that set up mentally handicapped people and say they're trying to kidnap a governor, or who will put pipe bombs in people's car and have them drive up and say, "Yeah, I'll give you $100 if you go here," and then bust them as soon as they. Gotcha.
Are you trying to arrest Patriot Front? Patriot Front is freedom of speech of feds, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope they are paid with our money, therefore they have special rights over us. We pay them. Okay, wait. So we pay them, and they're public servants, but then they tell us what to do, or they I
They're just going hiking with American flags and uniforms. I'm not sure what they're trying to say with their freedom of speech. If they're gonna, I mean, the military has people drill all the time. This is just like a funny dress up version of it, right? I'm not exactly sure why they did that. I hope that Doge finds that out and shares that story. I hope we can get kind of like insider ridiculous stories coming out. We, we need like the
yeah,
Netflix documentary of what Doge finds, which, by the way, I will work for Doge for free just so that I can write a book about the crazy crap going on inside of government. Like, how long do I need? 5 years from now? Like,
yeah.
this is like, hey, let's do the work and no one talked about it. But when it's over, I'd do it for free just to be able to write the book afterwards about all the crazy
Yeah,
crap.
absolutely. Well, we are going to talk to Mr. Clinton, former President Clinton. He said not to bring up Epstein at all, that he doesn't know who Epstein is. He's never heard of Epstein. He does not know what the Lolita Express is or what that means. He doesn't speak Spanish, so he doesn't know what Lolita means. And he's definitely never heard of any Caribbean island named what is it, St. John. So he's coming on to talk shit back to Monica Lewinsky. He does not want to talk about Epstein at all. So we will be talking to him soon about Epstein.
Well,
and
first,
Axel Brones will be coming on later as well. Our intrepid conspiracy theorist, hothead. Again, we'll be hitting that Epstein list with him, and I'm sure he's got some supplements to hawk as well. I heard he's guzzling blue dye these days. So maybe that's the newest thing. Steelbringer in the chat. Thank you for the $10. And AP Steelbringer, you gifted a subscription as well. AP subscription gifted. Thank you so much. Steelbringer for $10. I will do 10 deep state and every nation needs to go. That's right. I am with you right there. Barney Styles, thank you so much for joining us. Patriot Front is at least 80% feds. So the 80-20 rule with them. So the other 20% are from the special class, and then the rest are feds. So, okay. Yeah, that pretty much makes sense. But
there's no fat people in Patriot Front. So there's no normal Americans. There's no average Americans in the group. There should at least be some fat guys, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's
fat
20.
Guys can be racist too.
I don't know about that, but maybe. Kermode Bear says he or she is cleaning some goat pens. Go ahead, send the goat pictures. We'll put them in the show. I got no reason not to.
Yes.
We all like baby goats.
I love baby goats.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of dogs in my palace, I have baby goats. They not only are entertaining and they will jump off of various surfaces, they keep the lawn nice and trimmed around the facilities. It saves your king a lot of money not to have to hire illegal immigrants to do it instead. Yeah. Shall we do the bee?
Let's do the bee or not the bee.
Be or not to be. This is our segment coming up right here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. This segment is called Be or Not to Be, and I can't remember if somebody from the chat gave us that idea, so thank you, whoever that was. Was that Robbie the Rimmon? Maybe so. But I will say four headlines, and it's up to you to say if they're true or false, or the B, or that were they? I wrote all the false ones, but what is it? Is it a B style? Could it be on the B, or is it an actual headline? So 4 stories. They could all be true. They could all be false. It could be one of each. We'll see. And Brian does not know either, so he's going to be guessing with you in the chat. Get ready. I'm going to read the headline. You say true or false, or B, not B, whatever you want to do. We are by going with that. All right. So, story number 1. Far left Representative Ilhan Omar questions whether Pam Bondi is protecting Epstein client list names. Far left Ilhan Omar suggests Pam Bondi is protecting someone on the Epstein list.
This is too specific. There's no way that you made this up.
True, true. Be or not to be. Barney Styles. Anybody in the chat? Going,
Is is
gone.
this legit or
This is
did?
true. Yes.
Yeah, it's got to
So
be true.
the
1 for 1.
the USAID transplant brother Marrier has some stones to throw about pedophiles. Ironic, is it not? All right.
Hey, let me just put out the PSA. If you married your cousin, you don't need to watch this show. Okay? Or your brother, cousin or closer. Go find a different show. I hope that's offensive.
All right. Well, I got Barney Styles in that one at least. All right. I'll give that one to you. All right. Number 2, true or false? Cops tow away quadriplegic man's wheelchair after man assaults officers. Be or not be? Cops tow away quadriplegic man's wheelchair after man assaults officers. Be or not be, chat? Is this true or is this a headline that I made up?
Dude,
What do you think,
I
Brian?
don't think you're capable of making up something like that. I think that has to be true. There's no way
Oh,
you
man.
have that kind of imagination, King.
All right. So not be, not be, not be. He says true. All right. That is true.
Yeah.
I fooled no one. So yes. And he actually is a famous quadriplegic man that makes music videos or something of that nature. So he is known locally, and yeah, spit on and drove his wheelchair into officers, and they brought a flatbed trailer out and loaded it on and towed it away. And actually, in that story as well, the officers in the body cam could be seen texting each other, like stuff about like Lollipop Guild and all this kind of stuff. It was actually quite funny. All right, number 3, be or not be. Doge staffer Big Balls is grandson of famous KGB defector. Doge's Big Balls is grandson of famous KGB defector. True or false? What do you say, chat?
I'd say that's possible. It's possible.
All right.
Also sounds like something you would write.
I do love big balls.
I think you wrote
That's right. And I love Doge. I love big balls. And I love defecting against communists. All right.
Story
Barney says true. Steelbringer thinks it's false. The B. Commode Bear, I guess, is saying true. Brewster is on the fence. All right. This is also true. The Doge staffer, his grandfather, spied for the United States and then later defected successfully to the United States from communist Russia, and he is his grandson. All right, last one.
You got me.
Be or not. Cannibal hog. Escaped pig devours all bacon in small town Alabama grocery store. Be or not be?
That's a great title.
Cannibal hog. Escaped pig devours all the bacon in small town Alabama grocery store.
That's a great title. I hope it's. I'm saying that's real. I hope you
Real?
didn't make that up because that's awesome.
Real? All right. What do you say, chat? Steelbringer, Commode Bear, Brewster, Barney. Barney's still talking about the KGB defector. All right. Stop. B, not B. B. That is the B. Yay.
Yay. You got me 2 for 2. 50-50.
All right. We'll call it 50-50 on this round.
Oh, which
close.
by the way, on X I saw these pictures of a man getting a scan, and these little tapeworm parasites from a pig from uncooked pork were all over his muscles and in his brain. There's little white dots all over. Like, okay, I'm going to cook the crap out of pork or not eat pork. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah,
from
what do they
this
call it?
thing.
Trichinosis? Or what
Trichinosis is a totally different, terrible thing.
Is that what normally gets you with the uncooked pork?
Trichinosis is a really bad parasite thing, but I think these pictures were a different type of parasite. But anyways, they're all bad. Just everybody cook the crap out of your pork. You can eat raw steak. Do not eat raw pork, right? Like,
yeah, RFK would would agree with you.
You might want to spray methylene blue all over that pork, right?
Blue
Uh,
steak.
okay, before I call Bill, I want to see what Monica Lewinsky had to say. So let's watch this before we call Bill, so that I'm educated when I call him.
A situation like that would have been to probably say it was, nobody's business, and to resign, or to find a way of staying in office that was not lying and not throwing a young person who was just starting out in the world under the bus.
More like throw him under the desk. Sorry, lady. You became famous. You're on this podcast now, all because of you're not even that attractive, right? Like you just happen to be in the right place at the right time, right?
In her day, it wasn't bad, but it's a shame she was born in the time and that this happened and everything, because if OnlyFans existed back then, man, she would be buying her like fifth mansion by now. That's just if the Catch Me Outside girl has taught us anything,
you're
it's
true.
the depravity of this world.
You're right. If she could have cashed out from the fame 10 minutes after that happened, had a website for $5 a month. On the other hand, that brings me up a good question I want to ask Bill Clinton. Let's see what little Billy's up to.
Bum, bum, ding, 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 bum. Bum, bum, ding, 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 bum.
Hey, Bill, you there?
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Okay, Bill. So I just had this question I have to ask you. How many OnlyFans subscriptions do you have on the books? And is the Clinton Foundation paying for it?
Well, yeah, my porn addiction's tax deductible, baby. It's a business expense. You got to keep old Bill going if you want me to keep going. You know what I mean, man? Well, yeah, no. I heard y'all talking about her getting an OnlyFans, and under the hood, it's not looking too good down there. I just take it from old Billy
gross.
Boy,
I don't need to know.
Don't encourage her, man.
I didn't need to know about the blue dress in the first place. The whole story is too much information and just a distraction. Look, Bill, did you bomb Kosovo just so that people wouldn't talk about the blue dress anymore?
Well, yeah, man.
I knew it.
I care about the lives of innocents, I guess.
No, you don't.
But when you got Hillary on your back 24/7, every time I see it on the news, it's talking about you and your blowjob. Like, what I gotta do? What I gotta do, man? So yeah, I started a war as a distraction. What's the big deal, man? Like, you have a wife, man. You get it.
I do have a wife, but I think our relationship is a totally different beast than whatever you and Hillary have. Was there a business contract? Like, instead of a prenup, was it just like a regular old business opportunity contract to marry Hillary?
Due to any contract that may or may not exist, I cannot verify or deny the existence of such a thing. So, unless I may or may not have to get my right nut surgically removed, if I say anything about it, I'm just not going to say anything about it. So, thank you for that question very much.
All right. Now, here's the other thing. It's like, Monica, that story is, where are we at? 30 years ago? 35 years ago? I can't do math. Sorry. How have you managed to keep all of the future scandals more or less quiet? I'm sure that Monica was like 50 girls ago for you. So do you just have a standard NDA and payment schedule? Like, how are you managing these things?
Yeah, man. Those other ones that were complete echoes, but they said that I did that. I got a little grabby sometimes. You get in the White House and you get some chew in your lip, and you get a Marlboro in your hand, and you you're 40 or 50 beers
So-
down, like you're gonna get grabby. So like,
Are
here's
you
the thing, Brian?
are you
Here's the
doing
thing,
the Alp? Are
Brian.
you doing the Alp, the nicotine patch from Tucker Carlson now? Has that ever been your way of bringing in nicotine at this point?
Yeah, the what they call them, the Zan bars, the Xanax. I don't know.
There's Zins, and then there's Tucker Carlson's Alp, so you can have the right wing and left wing version of your nicotine.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I can still get a little bit crazy these days, but yeah, overall, I think I should do it one more time for the throwback.
Hey,
You ready, Brian?
Bill, are you going to do all the drugs that Biden did to keep him alive and going and kicking, or are you going to let it go?
I'm Viagra, and that's all I need, man. Like, you pop me one of those little blue pills, it's like you just took a whole concoction on what Biden was
Oh,
on.
well, hey,
I'm not a pussy like Brian.
I mean,
not a pussy
I
like
hear,
Biden, man.
I hear what you're saying, but mainly, like, the Epstein list coming out. Are you going to Epstein yourself, or are you gonna? What are you gonna do?
Hey, man, I told you I don't know who that is. I've never heard his name before.
He was at your daughter's wedding.
Yeah, yeah. I understand his concubine, who's currently in jail and convicted for being his accomplice, was at my daughter's wedding. I get that, and that I'm all over his flight logs, and we went to dinner together, and we went to St. George's Island together, and I know all of that may seem strange. It is a weird coincidence, man, but I do not know who that is, and I've never heard his name before in my life.
Okay, Bill. First of all, I first want to say thank you for coming on this show. I have no idea why you agree to come on this show every time, but I appreciate it. I hope that you'll come back again sometime real soon. I know that there will be great news every single day of this next week coming out of the Trump administration. Perfect opportunities to talk to you about them. So, any last words you want to say? Like, are you starting your own OnlyFans or anything to share with the viewers?
Yeah, man. I'll have more on that next time I come on the show. But my last word to everyone is that what you may or may not think about me in the coming weeks, there are so many that are so much worse than me.
Well, you've said something I completely believe this time. Well, I'll let you leave on that, Billy, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay? Adios. Okay. Wow. Welcome back to Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. If you are wondering, you're thinking, how can I support the show but also get something from it? Well, you could go to the forlibertyshop.com, search Liberty Tonight, and we have a whole portfolio of opportunities and options for you, from coffee, a couple different flavor options, sweatshirts, cups, whiskey glasses, mugs, anything and everything your heart desires, including a whole portfolio of the Gulf of America.
Yes.
I love the sound of the Gulf of America.
Yes.
I have never
Praise
been
Lord.
to the Gulf of America. I've been to the Gulf of Mexico many times, and I'm looking forward to my first trip to the Gulf of America. Our good friend King Libertarian, co-host of the show, you live on the Gulf of America.
That's right.
What do you plan on sporting this summer when you go visit?
I have to report to my peasants and my loyal squires of my court that the day it became the Gulf of America, I dove within it. I ripped off my garb. I tossed off my robe. I, of course, kept my crown on. I mean, I'm not crazy. And I dove into that beautiful body of water. So much oil, liquid gold right underneath. That's why you wanted the Gulf of America, because it's full of that.
Why do we not
gold.
have a video of this, sire?
You know, I leapt in such excitement that it went to my brain. I don't know.
Okay, I would like everyone in the chat Let us know if you want to see a video of the king jumping into the Gulf of America
Yes.
so that we can peer pressure him into providing such a video for the rest of us. And
Yes,
Kermode
I
Bear,
will-
thank
I will
you so much
flaunt.
for getting the whiskey coffee and saying it's
Woo!
good. We very much appreciate you. You are awesome. Here's some applause sounds. Yeah.
Yay.
I've heard nothing but good things about the whiskey coffee from everybody who's gotten it.
Yeah.
It seems to be very popular flavor or good
It's-
taste.
It's the two best liquid flavors that America has to offer: coffee and whiskey together. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what else you would want. A Wendy's Frosty thrown into. Like we're benevolent dictators. We aren't gods. So
And we want to
you
be
know.
the drug dealer that you trust and like. Yeah, not the
That's
one
right.
that's transactional. It's not just like, oh, thank you very much, come again. It's like, how are you? How are you doing? Are you enjoying life? Are you violently awake? These are the questions that we're going to ask you on a regular basis, and we want to know the answers. 'Cause we
Yes.
care about you. And
That's right.
and it's not just to make $400 from a kickback from some company, right? Like it's to get you well addicted to a really good drug, which is caffeine.
Move
So-
over, Sacklers. We're dealing the good stuff.
We're dealing and distributing the best drugs on earth, which is caffeine. And it's over the counter. So even better.
Steelbringer says, if AP's still in the chat, are you awake, Austin? We need medieval Renaissance themed libertarian kingdom merch, such as stickers and coloring books. Coloring book? I never thought of that. I would definitely color in between my lines.
King.
Yes.
It's the end of the week.
Yes.
What are 5 things that you've done this week?
Ooh, hit me with the Doge email from HR at Office of Personnel Management.
You're going to need to
Yeah.
reply to me by tomorrow just to keep your job.
All right, hold on. I'll type it right now. All right. The 5 things I did last week are: 1, flayed my enemies alive. 2, took on my 1,000th concubine. 3, made contact with a remote Amazonian tribe and taught them about memes. That was fun. Number 4, I crowd surfed over a pit of 100,000 of my adoring peasants. That was very metal of me. All right, and number 5, let's see oh yeah, I made a clone of Da Vinci and then stood for my portrait as he painted me. So that's what I got done last week. Send. Boop.
Fantastic. Great job. Thank you,
Yeah.
Steelbringer, for saying, yeah, boy. See, look, I will read it
Yeah,
exactly as it's written. Read everything just like a teleprompter. Works every time. 5 things I did last week. I slept, get good sleep. I tweeted things and replied to people on Twitter. I dead named Twitter. That's something I just did just right now. And let's see, I ate steak and I drank coffee. There we go. That counts. I'm not going to get fired. That's all you had to do, everybody. You can literally make
still did
stuff
better
up.
than the average federal employee.
Yeah. Dear federal employees who are worried about getting fired, please do not send any email. Let's just see what happens to you, right? They won't fire you. Don't reply. You don't need to reply. Just don't do it.
No, just let it go.
Yeah, fight the man. You can do it. We believe in
Hey,
you.
it'll give you lots of time to protest.
Yeah, think of all the things you could do with that time.
Yeah.
You could get really back into whatever hobby it is that you were already doing when you weren't working. So
Yeah, fomenting leftist revolutions, revolting and rioting in downtown leftist cities.
don't
know.
leftists have a Twitter now? What's it called again? Blue something?
Blue cuck.
Yeah, go on that
blue-
thing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
oh,
sure.
and they also have Reddit. Yeah, you guys got
Oh.
Reddit too, and Facebook.
yeah,
So
they've had Reddit for a long time. That Reddit is to X like next door is to Facebook, man. You thought Facebook was bad. It gets way worse on next door. Don't ever join that website. Blue Cry. Yeah.
Dude, one of my best friends I have in real life, I met on Reddit. I was on /r anarcho-capitalism back before all these things were illegal on Reddit. And I invited him on my podcast, and then I became friends with him in real life. We went hunting together. He watches the show. Like, they killed that. Reddit killed that in their own place. You're allowed to do the most depraved, disgusting things on Reddit, but you cannot have a conservative opinion. I don't understand.
You just subtweeted your friend from Reddit. He's gonna be watching this later, like, oh.
Oh, well, now we'll find out if you watched this episode this far, right? I'm just checking it in.
Oh yeah, man, I watch every week.
I watch your show. Never hear anything when you mention. I talk about you on a daily basis.
Oh.
If you want to be my friend, go ahead. Let's do it. Send me DMs and X. I'll reply to you. I'll tell you if you're crazy, but we'll be friends. That's what friends do. Yeah. Well, I expect we will give each other a hard time, or we won't be friends. That's just how it works. Speaking of people giving their friends a hard time, Randy Quaid, I don't even know what this means, but Gene Hackman has one of the biggest royalty streams in Hollywood. I suspect murder.
Yeah.
What?
So, Brian, are you aware that Gene Hackman died today, the actor?
I was not aware that he died today.
So,
that adds up.
Brian has been toiling in the fields night and day from the sun up to sundown. A long toil before his venture here to our magical land.
I did check. I checked this tweet and I read the comments.
Yeah, no, all the comments are schizophrenic. I
was like, I don't.
You're not gonna. Yeah, it's totally schizophrenic. But basically, this morning, Gene Hackman and his girlfriend or his wife, he's 95, she's 63, so it's like 33-year difference, which I guess in this case works, but in other cases would be really weird. And their dog were all found dead in his New Mexico home. So people were automatically like, "Oh, he's Hollywood. He must have saw the Epstein was coming out, and he killed himself and his whole family." Well, it turns out, in recent years they've become very reclusive and they live like out there, and they've been dead for weeks, and the police said they're mummified inside their home. So yeah, that's why Randy Quaid.
That's absolutely crazy.
If you guys don't follow Randy Quaid on Twitter, obviously you know who he is from. What was it? Independence Day or one of those movies.
Also you know him from actual crazy awesome videos on X, which is what he's been up to for the last 4 years.
Yeah, he went full like Jim Carrey and just like went off the reservation and became this like wild like mountain man thing. So that's what I say. Yeah, follow him. But obviously he was a pretty big Hollywood actor. Like he's friends with all these people. So. He says foul play. What do you guys say in the chat?
I believe him.
Happened to old Gene Hackman there. Old Gene Hackman. I did not realize Gene Hackman was that old. But I guess even in the 80s, he was playing old men in films, so that makes a sense now. Yeah,
he's got a lot of good movies too.
Yeah. I mean, well, I hope that.
You know who I hope is not murdered anytime soon is Chuck Norris. The guy's also old, but he's crushing it. Also,
yeah,
Clint Eastwood. There's a few actors where like
he's still alive.
Clint Eastwood's still alive. I believe he's still working.
Jesus.
He's still making movies. I don't know if that's true, but anyways, moving on.
Yeah, he was about to die in Gran Torino. Man, all right.
Hi, we're here eagerly awaiting for Ilhan Omar to speak. Ilhan Omar is famous for many, many things. I want to speak very softly and respectfully here. Ilhan Omar, did you consummate the marriage to your brother? Which is worse, immigration fraud or brother fucking? Are there any other relatives you fancy, Ilhan? How did your brother propose to you?
Come on. Yeah.
All right.
Tax billing is great.
All right. Hi, we're here.
This Oh, this version of, did they tell him that he was going to get arrested if he didn't leave?
Yeah, at the very end.
Okay. Yeah, no. In the chat, do you want to see me get a puppet for my hand and walk around and do this?
Heck
Like a
yes.
little miniature king puppet, like a
This is what we
just
want.
scream at people with the puppet.
This is what every single person in the chat wants. Is for you to get a puppet and to go talk to people with it.
Oh man, that just a miniature me and just all right. I gotta see. I gotta get a rig and
King,
go do this.
I just think that the best performance would you be wearing a crown and a cape and a Speedo on the beach with a puppet. Something crazy. Absolutely crazy. The crazier, the better content.
All right. We'll see what we can do this summer.
And then you should ask like beautiful people about Murray Rothbard, right? You should have that kind of content, but then also photo bombing or whatever, video bombing, whatever it is that we just saw.
Man on the street.
Do that kind of stuff too.
Get it raw and unfiltered from the people. Go out and speak to my peasants.
Yes, and also she did marry her brother, and it's very disturbing that you could become a congresswoman if you've married your brother. Right?
I thought that was just like something that people were saying to her.
I don't know if she consummated it. Gosh, I hope not. But she definitely married him to bring him into the country because she like marriage lawed her brother into the U.S. It's super disturbing.
That doesn't sound legal, but all right.
Well, if they can't know, like, you marry somebody, well, in the other country, they're not in the U.S. system, right? So the U.S. doesn't know that you're brother sister, right? There's no DNA test at any point in the operation.
Gross.
So it's possible you're just lying about marrying this person who's your brother to bring him into the U.S. I hope that's all she was doing, right? I hope that it was just lying to pretend to get her brother into the U.S., right, and not actually married to him.
I mean, it is Ilhan Omar, so you know everything she does is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure getting married just to bring somebody in the country is like,
oh, that's totally illegal. But it's also grosser if it's more than.
What can you imagine? Like the Customs and Border Patrol agent that's assigned to her case to review his visa. Like, all right, I see these things online about you guys being brother and sister, and you're just doing this as a sham. I'm gonna need to see you guys kiss.
So I got an idea here, guys. We need a bill to be introduced by Matt Gaetz or whoever the next best thing is after Matt Gaetz. That when you marry somebody, bringing them in from outside of the U.S., that you have to do a DNA test to make sure you're not cousins or closer. We could call the bill the Ilhan Omar bill and pass it because you control this freaking House, Republicans.
You can call it whatever you want.
And then just force the DNA test. And it's like, we're just here to make sure that you're not cousins or closer. Okay?
Because of Ilhan Omar. Because of the Ilhan Omar Act, we now have to test you to make sure you're not marrying your cousin because of Ilhan Omar.
And for those of you who are confused about the issue, it's not okay to marry people who are your cousin or closer. Because, then diseases, they're bad.
Of the mind.
Lower IQs, no one wants.
And it leads to things like people in our intelligence agency using secret chats to talk about very perverted things. These are the people that are protesting on the streets from all the federal cuts. Did you hear about this story?
Yeah, can you believe it? Yes, I can believe it. The U.S. government, the people who have access to like hacking my phone and watching me from it and listening to me at any point, at any place, probably my smart car they can get access to.
Your smart TV,
any
IoT
Google
device.
Home, probably your freaking thermostat.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
They can do anything to violate my privacy. Those people are perverted, and like really, really, really dark perverted.
Yeah.
And not even secret about it. There's a government chat room where they were just going crazy talking about it.
Yeah, like I said in the King's speech, like that wasn't a joke.
They're literally
Part of
just
these
the
chats,
grossest
literally,
people.
they talked about how they wish they had a hermaphrodite child so they can raise a unisex person that could truly, like, it's the supreme trans kid, the ultimate virtue signal. Like the number one is right now is to raise a transgender child and make your boy or your girl confused and make them think they're the other sex. That has been the pinnacle. But the only way to raise that bar is to truly have a hermaphroditic child, and then you are the god of transgender kids. That's essentially what they were talking
woke,
about in this
like
chat.
they want to have the woke Messiah, the woke
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it just seems so fitting that the NSA, the people who think they sit on top of everybody, would want to, like, they have so much power that they just can't. I want a hermaphrodite child, God. Give me this hermaphrodite. I demand it of you. Yeah. So this is what they're doing for our tax dollars.
You know what?
Please clap.
We're firing all of them.
Yes.
All these people are going the way of the dodo. They're getting fired. I don't know what they will do next for a job. Maybe it'll be bagging groceries. Maybe all those automated checkouts at the grocery stores can go away because there's going to be so many people with no skills that are useful in the economy willing to do that type of job again. I honestly, that's probably that's probably way too close for to be too close to children, right? That kind of job. It's like, that's funny, but also true.
See, what I'm worried about is them taking us down with them. So buckle your shorts and make sure your butt's been wiped recently, like Biden, because it could get bumpy here soon. Because people that are in this next meme are the ones still behind the controls at this point. They're being wrestled away, but these guys.
Mr. Labartzi says we should switch outfits. No, the king does not. That would be sacrilegious. It would be definitely rude to the king. I wouldn't do that to him.
No,
we deserve he deserves the respect from all of us as the king and sovereign of all libertarianism. There's no irony in the fact that he is king of all the libertarians. He's an authoritarian free market.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's a voluntary authoritarianism.
Yeah.
A benevolent dictatorship, a king of libertarians. It's very simple, people. All right, it's not hard to understand. I am a supreme being, and just like any other business that perfectly gives you everything you need, I create a natural monopoly because there is no other way of governing yourselves other than through my supreme command. It's very simple. Just buy into it. Steelbringer, thank you for the $5
Thank
Rumble
you
rant.
for the
Rumble
tribute.
rant. Fire them and put them on the list. They cannot be trusted.
You are promoting the kingdom of libertarianism. This kingdom
Yes.
will grow because of you. The walls just got 5 feet taller, 6 feet taller. Build the
Yes,
wall.
That's right.
Speaking of the wall, this guy's got a wonderful strategy. Wearing an ice vest.
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all. Nope.
Explain the outfit.
It's $29.99 on Amazon. I would recommend buying a small if you're my size. This one's a little too loose for my liking.
He is a little guy.
Yeah, if you want some entertainment, wear this and go to a Home Depot in a sanctuary city like where I live right now, Washington, D.C., and you'll see all the illegals. Not all of them, but you can maybe see a lot of them start to run away, and you feel like a group fitness instructor. It's really good.
And you actually think that's funny?
I think it's hilarious. Absolutely. What's not
this
funny is
guy.
them illegally.
There you have it, everybody.
Yeah, this guy. Look at this guy.
Group fitness
This
instructor.
pedophile looking dude.
Just
big
because
guy.
he's such a bad guy for what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know where you paused it, but hopefully you paused a real close up.
One of the worst people I've seen here at CPAC, and that's saying something.
Now, yeah, you look like a pedophile. Like
He probably is.
you,
I would
you're
put 10.
exactly who I would think would be pissed off about that. Yeah, 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 that face.
I think it's pretty funny. I think that
I
we should
hate
all do it.
comedy. I hate it. Yeah, Yeah.
I suggest
But,
everybody
that-
go get an ice jacket just because it might speed up lines wherever you're checking out. You know?
I hate comedy. No, that kid, he wins. That guy loses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Right?
It's a good idea. It's a great idea, guys. You can also get a Doge Agent shirt, water bottle, or other merchandise with Ron Paul's face on it, including a mug for Liberty Tonight. Go to forlibertyshop.com, search Liberty Tonight, search Doge. We got lots of good options, guys. I definitely feel like we are Doge agents. Even if all we do is just retweet everything that they're sharing about when it comes to firing federal employees. Honestly, that is
And
all.
remember
that it
our
really
10
takes.
commandments of Doge. Do not envy how many people the other people gets to fire. We're all firing federal employees equally. That was commandment maybe number 5 of the commandments of Doge. The first commandment of Doge was there shall not be any other Elon before me. So as we honor Doge, we also honor those 10 commandments of Doge.
Just on topic, I'm going to pull an audible and bring this X post I saw in here. Here's a lady who got fired.
Asking us to report 5 things that we accomplished last week. I'm not worried about my 5 things. I have plenty of things to report. I did plenty of work last week. But the feeling of just like absolute existential dread that I felt typing out a response to that email is something that I wish I could convey to everyone.
Do you have this on like 2x speed?
It
Or
is.
is that just the way she talks?
It is on 2x speed. The video here is on 1x, but like this TikTok was uploaded at 2x speed.
One, because
Gotcha.
it felt like such a
was like,
glimpse
wow.
into the reality that they are trying to create. And it was terrifying. It felt like you will do what I say or else.
Yeah.
The email that we received did not say that failure to respond would be taken as a resignation, but the post on X did say that. And
Have you ever felt happier? like,
My bosses emailed me and they said that they were my bosses and I had to do what they said to do because I work for them. Can you believe it?
They asked me what I did this week,
Oh
and
my
it
God.
filled me with existential dread.
Oh,
My
no.
life is so hard. Okay, let's just give her
I'm
another
a
few
GS
seconds,
16
guys.
with 20 years in and
This-
my pension and my...
This does make me very happy.
leadership at my agency is pretty much like the email's authentic, but we don't know if the threat is or is not. We are going to respond, but kind of left it up to each of us to decide what to do. We have received more emails about all of the fucking bullshit going on with Doge and Elon and all of this federal employee stuff that like I've spent more time in the last couple of weeks navigating these emails, going to these town hall meetings, going to these other meetings, making sure that so that the leadership can break down what's happening and tell us how we need to respond and tell us what the fuck is going on and tell us, oh, you might lose your job because when your FTE runs, like there's so many things that they're having to convey to us. And so nothing that actually should normally be getting done and accomplished is being done or accomplished because we're all so busy fucking
Girl, no one believes that you get anything done.
Oh,
Because
God.
we're trying to defend our jobs,
Oh.
we aren't doing our jobs and nothing's getting done. Like, well, first of
Oh.
all, that is not a bad thing. Even if I believed it, that you do a lot of work, I have a feeling that your job is kind of anti-freedom. Like you're probably
Ah.
regulating small businesses about like their font, something stupid. So I know nothing about what your job is, but anyways,
I thought my head was gonna explode. It was like the words just kept cramming into my head, and I couldn't understand what they were saying. It's just
so you know how you just know what it feels like to be in a relationship with that girl right there. Like you know how
Hey.
it would feel to get home and have that come in your ears. And I
Hey.
thank God that is not my life.
Hey, hon. What did you happen to pick up from the grocery store? I could. Oh, okay, all right. Don't worry about it. Ugh.
I am so proud of the United States government and their diversity in making an African American the head of Doge. And that just shows that we are being very inclusionary. And that's awesome.
That's right.
Good job, America.
That's right. That's right.
So, anyways, my favorite person on X, what are they doing on Piers Morgan? Is just from Define L's.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, the facts about eggs and protein inflation, gas and rental housing
He is becoming Mr.
have
Wonderful.
nothing to do with Trump. He's only been there for 6 weeks. The reason we still have inflation over 3%, which is 33% higher than the Fed's target of 2%, and why they won't be cutting rates again this year, is because we did 4 massive multi-trillion-dollar packages during Biden's administration, including the Inflation Act, the CHIPS Act, the Infrastructure Act.
She's blinking really fast.
Much of that money is still sloshing around the economy. This was printing money and pouring it out of a helicopter onto the economy.
Like really
probably
fast.
spent
Kevin, inflation was lowering.
And then they
It was
hired
lowering at the
employees.
end of Biden's term. It was not increasing. It is going up now. You're telling me that those things that
Look, guys, arguing about what the government fixed price of money should be is anti-free market. None of you up there are free market because you believe in fixing the price of interest rates in the first place. I'm assuming all of them. So just so you know, a free market would decide what the interest rate was, not a private bank, secretive private bank. Like, we could have a bunch of people getting in the room with magic mushrooms and throwing paint at a wall of numbers for what the interest rate could be, and that is an equal justification to a bunch of dudes who are sitting around in a circle voting on it. Sorry.
Ben Bernanke, when he was chairman, admitted in Congress that they printed and sent overseas $500 billion to help stabilize a foreign market. Yeah, they could do whatever they want. But the girl in the middle, do you know who that is? The scary looking one?
No.
Is that JoJo from Jers? Maybe. But was that the lady from the previous video? She's got the same dirty blonde hair, not dirty as in like dirty and blonde hair. And then as soon as not even before O'Leary could finish his point, it came in like a buzzing bee. So it is JoJo from Jers a federal employee that was been doged? I kind of hope so. Yeah.
Steelbringer saying South Park headless chicken economic policy. Exactly. That is how they do it. We should have a free market in interest rates. It's not too much to ask.
It's the dilution thing, like Massey said. You take a half a cup of tea, you pour water in it, and you ruin the glass of tea. But even a 5-year-old can understand it. It's simple.
You see, a
as that,
5-year-old can understand it, but you send that kid to an Ivy League college, and then he can no longer understand it.
2 + 2 = 5.
That's the secret.
Logic is upside down. Ugly is good. Bad is good. Ugly is beautiful.
You need to take four courses in a row on your privilege and bias and some other made up stuff, and then at the end of that, you will no longer understand the free market of interest rates. That is their success. But there is more. How often does this happen?
It's okay. Take a deep breath. You had a surgery. You've been under anesthesia, but you're okay. We're gonna get you out of here.
What's going on?
Well, you had an event, and we had to operate, but you're gonna be okay.
Why is my rear end killing me?
We had to perform an emergency intracranial rectal removal. And the worst part is, this has been happening a lot. This is the second time you've been in the hospital because your head has been up your ass. I need to ask you something. Are you a Democrat?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I was in the union about 20 years ago.
Okay. Oh, slow down. We don't want that head to go back up there. All right? This happens a lot with liberals. Your beliefs and the way you vote affects the way your head relates with your butthole. And it'll just go right up there and it'll block reality.
But we gotta be loyal and no matter what this is-
Whoa, shush. It'll happen right as I'm sitting here. It's not pleasant to watch. So I want you to take a look at this. That is the Constitution. Now look at it, read it, and that's going to affect the way you see the world. Welcome aboard. I'm also going to write you a prescription for a couple of old Ronald Reagan speeches.
There you go.
That's awesome.
That's how you fix the liberal right there. Make him read the Constitution and Ronald Reagan. Good old Jim Brewer. We are at the top of the hour, Brian. We are at the halfway mark of the show. Can you believe it? We're having so much fun.
I'm so happy that all of you are here with us. It's Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday, everybody.
Yeah. We are family. Check out what we doing Friday. What's everyone doing this weekend? Anything fun? Put it in the chat. What we got going on? What are you doing? I'm going. It's not on the weekend. It's Fat Tuesday, but I will be going to Mardi Gras again this year. Yes, let the good times roll. Les bon temps rouler. I will be gathering mini jewels from the parade route. Like I said, it won't be on this weekend. It'll be on Tuesday. Ash, what is it?
Are you Catholic?
Half.
I don't think that this is a race.
Huh?
So I don't think you can be like half Catholic.
You know what?
It's not like
both the Pope
only Jewish
and
gets
Luther.
Jews get to be special because they're a race also, right?
The Pope and Luther, they both report to me, so I can be both. All right, that's how this works. Yeah, but I'm familiar with the Pope's teachings. But yeah.
This Pope that I'm not Catholic, so I don't feel like it's so wrong to say that this Pope is a socialist, communist weirdo.
Yeah, he's gonna die any moment here.
And it is kind of weird how, like, practicing Catholics are often like, oh yeah, I hate the Pope.
Yeah.
Someone tried to explain to me it's kind of like being an American with a Democrat president. Like, I'm still an American.
Jesuit, like there's factions within the church. I don't
Yeah,
really get
you're
all
like,
of that,
I'm still an American. I just don't like the president. So like, okay, so you're Catholic. You just don't like the Pope. Like that's a situation. That's the situation for some people.
Religion and politics go great together.
Yeah, which is why you add one more thing, which is like, are you vaccinated? And families go, poof.
Not like we have any experience with that here on this show or our audience. But do we have some gear up there? 69.
I've just put in Freedom Never Sleeps, Liberty Tonight hoodie. Winter's almost over, but it's sweatshirt weather, guys. Spring is the time for sweatshirts.
Yes.
Put away the parka, but it's not quite the short sleeves t-shirts, Gulf of America, which we also have on here. So I'd say maybe pick up a hoodie. Freedom Never Sleeps. Tell your friends. You know, no one will ever watch this show if you do not tell your friends about it. So you don't have to buy anything from me. You don't have to give me anything. But please tell your friends about it. Share the Rumble channel with them. Tell them to follow it. We appreciate it. That's how we're going to meet new people. That's how we're going to grow. We're guaranteed to be here for you guys. We're going to be more consistent than your morning poop after that coffee that you're going to buy from us. We're going to be the best thing that ever happened to your daily habits, your weekly habits, whatever. So I'm going to stop slinging stuff at you. I'm not a timeshare salesman. That's the king's job.
Right.
Yeah. Here's a guy in New York City saying stuff that we all agree with.
It was finally happened. You know, I mean, I'm kind of glad they